for your backbone technology, I wouldn't call it PubSub, because in the right places, it will implement event-driven architecture with something we call ERC, which doesn't necessarily use PubSub. PubSub is, is my happy spots. I programmed in with PubSub and message queues for 25 plus years. But event-driven architecture is kind of the new hotness. So I would just say that, hey, you do want to go to Document AI, and then you want to pass on to files, and then let the AI kind of build the architecture in the back for you, because that way it's going to build out, kind of a whatever, kind of a newer setup. Now, I will say, and I've been doing this with my application, working with events is a different kind of mindset than a PubSub. PubSub's easy. You got queue, you dump your document, and your document goes down the highway. Nice and understandable. Event monitoring is a lot more polling and a few other things going on, but it is a more modern architecture, because then you're directly enabling microservices and doing all of that type of thing. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay.
But
cool.
Yeah, sorry. That's a lot of words to say. Don't tell it what to do in the back.
But everything I laid out kind of.
Yep. And after the Firebase, read me what was after the Firebase.
After the Firebase and BigQuery, the front end is Angular with Firebase off for user access.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I wonder if we want. Yeah. Now, I wonder if you want to not ask it for Firebase authentication yet, only because when you're developing, I find developing without worrying about authentication first is easier, because then you can get your big pieces in the back working, and then you come back after a few iterations and you're happy with it and say, okay, now we need to lock this down and I want to use Firebase authentication. That's what I would do.
Okay.
So because if you do it right in the front, you're also going to be, wrestling with rights and authentication of the authorization things.
Okay.
Kind of at the beginning. And that's I'm a guy who likes to carve my software down. So, so I usually start with I am God, and then eventually start pruning until I get it locked down to where I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, since I missed the thing yesterday. When the batch processing, so it had me split before I batch processed.
Yep.
Is has to happen?
That has to happen. The reason being, depending on which processor you use, there's a limit to individual jobs. So you can have a humongous, case file going back 40 years. Like your entire medical history would be, gargantuan.
Yeah.
So what you're doing with it is you're able to submit it all at once as one, kind of journey or work ID or whatever. But that dividing up, it's also going to know how to piece them back together on the back end once it's got the data out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a limitation of the Doc AI processors so that it scales and you're not, spiking one of them to the red line with this components. Now, depending on which processor you use, you have different page limits. So, for example, OCR, which is visual scanning and vision API, individual chunks are limited to 500 pages. If you do straight up, hey, this is straight text, don't worry about tables, don't worry about all images or anything like that, you got 2,000 pages to work with. So, and then your custom processors, I think, are 500 as well, because you can add in images and labels and text and all that type of thing.
Okay, now
and then,
go ahead, sir.
Yeah, as I say, last thing, I actually started poking a little bit after I got off with you guys last night on pulling in images and blueprints and trying to have a multimodal model look at an image and tell me something about it. You're gonna want to start with a smaller document until you get it kind of doing what you want. So if you can find like a 20-page document that might have a blueprint or something in it, I think that should be your good test document. Don't try and throw a 400-page document at this thing initially until we get it flowing.
Okay. Now, what if I can't find a complete 20-page document? The smallest one I can find.
Yeah. Open it in PDF, print, custom, whatever pages have enough variety of data you want to work with.
Okay.
So yeah, find one that has like a blueprint in one page and a couple tables, and then just print like page 7 through 17 or something like that.
Okay.
That's the best way to do it. That's what I do.
Okay.
And then once you got the logic and the workflow, solid, then you turn around and you throw the bigger data sets at it.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Joe, we lose you?
No, I'm here. I just put myself on mute. So what I did last night, and I just want to, here's what I want to get this out. So
Yep.
how can we reach out to you if we have questions as we move forward? Do I just schedule something with you, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, just get us on with me.
Okay.
That's
All
fine.
right, cool.
The trick is, of course, is this next couple of weeks going to be fun because we only have a 3-day week next week, and I'm in New Mexico the week of the 7th.
Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii the week of the 8th. So yeah, I know it's all just kind of there, but
Yeah,
I was just wondering how we do it.
Like tomorrow. I mean, hell, you got half my day tomorrow, man.
I do.
Well, you got.
Oh, that's right. I got it for this. So how does that? I mean, it's basically almost.
It's this. We're basically doing it right
the
now.
same thing.
Yeah.
Just different fields. So what I was able to do, and I'm just going to share my screen, and then I'm going to give you. I'm going to share this is where I'm at. I would prefer at some point if we got Giles to have the in here, but what I was able
I'm also going to log into this meeting with my other computer because I can show you what my thing looks like. And hold on a second. Oh yeah, pull up your stuff while I'm pulling this.
I don't know what you can see.
Oh, hold on, let me go back over. Sorry, I switched monitors for a second.
No worries.
I can tell you what I see. I see you're in Cloud Shell Editor.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
I see that. Yeah.
So all the errors and the problems that we had, I was able to
good.
Parse out. I did have to move to Claude. I went to Claude. It was a trash panda yesterday because that damn AI Studio wouldn't save the thing.
I noticed that with Claude and with other ones too. If it gets an idea in its head, trying to get it out of its head is damn near impossible. It's like talking to your wife. It's like, good Lord.
Well, Jim and I came to the point. It's like, no, I can't do that. You're gonna have to download this to your desktop, and you're gonna have to do this and do that.
Version pinning or something like that.
Like, no, and so I took the entire content of the I just copied and pasted everything, put it into Claude basically, and said recreate this over here. And then I put it in Opus, and then went through and cleared out all the errors. It took a while.
Perfect.
So we got that out, and then it was able to populate it was able to push it to a website, but I started adding things. Once I added something, then it was like, okay, now we have a new error. But I want to say this much. I think what I have is the grasp of how that part's done. So like what we're looking at, I think the strategy there, I kind of grasp, I kind of understand. And I think, I can move forward with it and follow the directions that have been given that were fully part of the file that you created. Like it's fully part of what we did yesterday, and I can continue that. Now I'll just say what I think in this particular meeting, what could maybe help us is what you've already said to Giles would be great, but if you show us kind of what you were going to do, that may give us an idea. So I'm going to stop sharing.
No, well, before you stop sharing, do me a favor. Yeah, I want to see what it looks like right now. So
okay, go ahead.
So you got a terminal up. Go to your doc table backend directory. You're gonna have to do CD into that.
Oh,
so you're gonna
CD.
have to CD, workspace, doc table extractor, backend. You have to do in workspace, then doc table.
Oh wait. Oh yes. Oh
Other way.
gosh. CD.
Capital W, and you hit
Where-
tab, it'll come right up, by the way. If you hit capital W, then tab,
Okay.
and then do G, tab, and then back, or B, tab. There you go. Enter.
See, this is why.
Welcome to Linux.
All right. Now what?
All right, type node, N-O-D-E, space, server.js. This is your back end, just spin things up. Now, we don't have the functions deployed yet. This is really just to test the front end. Okay, now go up. So the top of the terminal, the darker gray, go down. Go down, 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 down. Down, down, down. Okay, that plus, hit the plus, so you get another session. New terminal. Okay. All right, now we do have to go same the front end directory. So CD workspace doc table front end. CD space capital W tab. D tab. And then front F tab or front. You got functions in there. Yeah, now hit R and that'll get it down there. And that's the secret to moving fast in Linux. Is your tab key.
Extract. Go where? Where do I go?
And
now?
then tab again. FR tab. You go to front end. Enter. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Command not found. Let's make sure you're in the right project. I think you're right. Type in. I don't think you have ng I don't think you have Angular installed in this session, but we're going to try it first.
I think we do.
Oh, ng space serve. Sometimes it loses it. It's ephemeral. Okay, that's fine. Do npm in space install space -g
Space -G
space @ Angular ANGULAR / CLI. That's enter. That's just the Angular command line interface, which is the NG.
Okay.
Let that install for a second.
All right. So we need to learn this.
Well, and this is Angular. This isn't Google. If you did React, you'd be doing this entirely different way. As an example, this is just your choice of front end technology. So ng space serve. Build. See if it gives you any errors. There we go. You can make the terminal bigger, by the way, if you grab the line between the white and the gray and drag her up a little bit. There you go. All right, we got a couple problems, but they're easy to fix. Okie dokie. Okay, pull up a browser, and then the easiest thing is just to grab all these errors up to the ng serve. Actually, you want to go a little higher. Roll up a little bit. You want to go to stop. All right, keep going up. The reason is when you see this many errors, usually it's just the first error. It's causing cascading errors. And so usually the easiest thing to do is find the command ng serve that we just sent, and then just copy everything back down. And then it'll take care of it all for you. We got quite a few errors. All right, that's fine. Oh, there it is. Okay, see where that application bundle failed?
Yeah.
Yeah, just grab that and then just drag on down to back to the bottom again. Okay, copy that. And then do you have your AI still running in Studio, or did it give up on you?
No, I haven't.
All right, just dump that in there.
I have this is a different one, but
yeah, no, but if it's aware of your code, that's what we're looking for.
Well, hopefully it's aware.
Yeah. And then run that. Okay, so you're just missing a few things. It's not aware. Okay. Okay, yep. All right. So let's get back to that. Let's see what do we got. Unfortunately, I've only got about 15 minutes here, guys, I'm afraid.
It's all right.
Let's get to the editor. Make these guys all.
Where the hell is it?
Oh, probably in your dashboard. Go back to your dashboard.
Where the hell did it go?
Oh, there it is, down below. You minimized it. It's down below. Make that bigger. There it is. Okay, we're just verifying. All that's going to have us do is kind of verify these files, and then we'll just post in code as we need. Interns, nothing like interns. Okay. Yeah, because most of these are actually just routing. All these errors, they're routing errors. That's why you're getting this. And that's why it's telling you, hey, just do this.
And
All right, go to front end, source, app modules. Open app. I'm sorry, app. There you go. And then your app module.ts. And let's see. This is the central module. That looks good. Then Gmodel browse, common. Okay, just cut and paste is all we're doing. Okay. And then next file, there's only a couple files that has changed in here. That's just what it did. And then this is the app routing module, which is the one right below it. Okay. And then you can copy it. Okay, it's giving us problems because of the components, but we'll fix that in just a second. Okay, go down. All right, just make sure there's not another file error. Is that the same file we just did? I can't.
yeah, it's just explanation of changes.
Yep. Okay, good. So it's just two files, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the relative paths, the components thing again is what we got to fix. That's the problems you got there. Those are easy to fix. So go back to your terminal. All right, and then we're just cleaning up the. All right, now if you hit Control C, this will stop that. Now, if you run it, it's going to give us errors about the components, but that's fine. Let's run and make sure we got rid of the rest of the errors. So just do ng space serve again. Build. And we should be getting like the component route problems. Yep. Okay, that's good. Okay, so all this is going on is that the URLs we're connecting to in the front end on the pages are don't use table display components. So we're just going to bring them into line.
Okay.
So so basically go back, minimize the terminal a little bit. Let's see. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Go up on the terminal. I'm sorry. I want to make sure before we get to all this. Go up. Okay, so there's the app component. There's the file upload, table display, document list, table list, document list. I'll just make sure there's nothing in front of this first. Okay, good. It's just giving us steps for. Okay, minimize again. We're removing the component dots.
Okay. Now what?
Yeah. So come up to number 5, line 5, and then the document list.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the dot component. And then the next line. And the next line. And then go back to your app module TS. Yep. All right. This is, and then those three. This is, yep. It just keeps trying to run back to this older model, which is irritating. And honestly, if we did React, it would be a different set of issues, but you know. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, now we're down to actual errors that we got. So if you go down, if you open up the terminal larger, the cool thing too is when you're running ngserve, it recompiles as you do changes. So these are just warnings. We want the errors. Okay. All right, so this is coming from document list. Table display.html. Okay, so this is coming from the table display TS. All right, so we need your, under your source, under each of the apps. So open document list app and pull up the last one, document list TS. Boop, and then get the, reduce this a little bit. Okay, that one's good. All right, let's go to file upload TS. File upload TS. That's good. And then go to table display TS. Okay, everybody's good. Okay, now come back to your terminal. And we're going to stop ngserve. We're going to clear the screen. Yeah, make it bigger. Hit Control C. And then I would type clear.
Clear.
Clear. Okay, now do ng space serve.
So
You really want that file upload, app module.ts. Okay, that's in app module TS. That should be fine. Okay. All right, that's fine. Go up. We're just going to grab these. Okay, grab these from the top and then just pop those back in. There's actually quite a few less now, so now it can tell us what's going on here.
So are we having this problem just because the file's so large?
No, it's so the problem is Angular had a big update about a year ago, and everything, and AI is very time insensitive, so it'll pull in a lot of stuff that's from like 2 or 4 years ago and say, oh, this is the greatest way to do it. That's the training data problem. We're actually having that problem at DMV right now. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Now let's see. Ensure that your main TS is bootstrapping your app component. Go to the bottom for me. It's like a lot of messages for what I expected. Okay, that wasn't the error. That's why. Okay. All right, go all the way to the bottom. We're looking at old stuff. All right, hold on a second. All right, go. Can you arrow up a little bit? I just want to get to the top of this particular query. No, I don't want to see old stuff. So this is a lot of code for these errors. Like, what the hell? All right, hold on. Keep going. Almost there. Okay.
well,
Using standard clone comments, my previous suggestion to add everything to app model is based on the words initially received. So we need to eliminate. God damn it! It's doing this damn fucking architecture thing to me again. Pull up your Claude, throw that in there, see what it says.
throw in the error.
Yeah. Just grab that. Yeah. See what it says. Okay, so yeah, so it replaces the standalone true to standalone false. That's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to have to rewrite the whole damn thing. We just need to change standalone to false.
Okay.
Okay, so go back to the code. I thought it was getting a little big for its britches here. Okay, so some of this code will be standalone. So it's going to be actually it'll tell you real quick back in that back in the AI Studio chat. So we need to do this in app module TS. See, I don't want to do it this way. Where's the standalone? Okay, come over to the appconfig.ts. App config or app component TS down right there. All right. Your app component's not even declaring standalone here. Component table display component is standalone. Okay. So in table, and now if we go back to table display TS, I don't see standalone declared. I would expect it right there. Go down a little bit. Let me make sure we don't have a property that's just sitting a standalone. It will actually say standalone : true. I mean, the other thing we can do is we can just search for it. That might be easier.
Yeah. How do we do that?
There'll be up above. There'll be a little magnifying glass. Yeah, just put in standalone.
Right here.
Yep. Oh, that's search files. We want to search in the files. Just do Control F. Click on the file and hit Control F.
On the file.
Yep.
Control
Yep.
F.
Control F. Or Function F if you're on a Mac. You're in Windows. Control
I'm
F.
in Windows.
Yep. There you go. Standalone. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, come back to, we're going to check this in app module TS and app routing module TS, which are just below it. Yep. And then standalone. Nope. Okay. And then app routing module. And then just do standalone. All right, so where the hell is this damn thing being set? Okay. Come back to all right, come back to the AI. Okay, what does it want you to do? It wants you to revert or remove. Okay, you know what? Grab your app module TS and say, this is my current app module TS. Just grab the content of it. Yep, that guy. And just copy paste. And paste. And say, this is my current app module TS. Oh, sorry, I did that too. Yeah, module TLS is trying to declare, yeah, yes, we know that. Your component, oh, there it is, app component.ts. That's the one that has it, app component TS. We just need to switch that to false. No, it doesn't. Why is it lying to me? All right, so copy this, put it in, say, hey, there's no definition here. It's not defining a damn thing. Okay, put in Gemini and say, I don't see standalone true here. I don't see standalone true. And then copy it. or paste it, excuse me. Okay, here's the correct line. Okay, this is what I wanted. Okay, there you go. Okay, first go down. It'll give you a whole new. Here are the corrected files. It should tell you what the corrected files are. Okay, that looks better. Okay, you see that common module? That's what it's asking you to put in there. So on the app module.ts, we'll just make sure that those common modules are in place. So go back to your Explorer or to your VS Code, app module TS. Yep. Roll to the top. Make sure let's see. Common module's there. What the hell are you talking about, man? Okay, go back to the AI. Let me look at the code. Common module for Chrome. Okay, this is the central place. Yes, we did that. NG browser. App routing module, app component, file upload component, document list, table list. Okay, they're all there. Okay, go down. The imports. HTTP client module provides the HTTP client service. That's right. Common module is there from Angular. And the component import path is wrong. Okay. Here, tell it, do me a favor, tell it, go to Gemini, tell it we are not using the .component suffix. We are not using period component. Component suffix. Please give me the full app module TS and app routing module TS.
The full app dot module
Dash module.ts and the app dash routing dot module TS. Routing module.
app
Dash routing. Yep. That is a dot model. Routing dot model TS. Yep. There you go. Oop. Okay. Enter that. Just telling you, mine was never this difficult. I don't know why. I mean, you are using Flash. That could be something going on here.
Okay, is that not good?
No, I mean, it shouldn't. It should be just fine. Okay, good. Copy that. That is your full content of your app module TS. And then paste that over everything you got. Yep. Boomski. Perfect. Okay. Now go to your app routing module. Same thing. Okay, and up, paste that. Okay, no problems, no nothing. Perfect. Okay, now, please make sure you also confirm main TS is booting app module. So go to your main TS and we just need to double check. So all the way down to main TS, make sure that those two at the top match. Import, I lost main. I think it's right, but go down, roll down.
This is everything.
Oh no, on the right. Sorry, roll down the right. There you go. That's what I wanted. Import platform, import module, platform browser, module. Yep. Catch errors, proper. Okay. And then, are you at the bottom? Seems it's still going for some reason. Okay, that's one we just put in. Keep going, keep going. Okay, stop there. Okay. App component.ts. We looked for standalone. I didn't think we saw it in there, but let's double check one last time. App component.ts. No standalone true here, so I don't know what the hell it was talking about. File upload TS. So yep, file upload TS. Yep, that guy. Yeah, no standalone here either. It'd be in the component or export piece. That's usually where it's usually at. And then just so we're thorough, let's check the document TS and table display. I didn't see anything in them. Nope. Okay, good. I don't know why it still thinks I'm in there. They're in there. Okay, remove the imports array from the component decorator. Okay, you know what? Let's give this a run. See what we do. So come to your terminal. Yep. Make it bigger. Control C it out of here. Okay, then run it one more time. And then clear, so that way you can see what errors you actually really have. And then ng space serve.
So if we have an issue, I can tell you that Claude would probably
Figure this out.
Yeah, it did last night.
All right,
I can do that.
Okay, go back up a little bit for me. Did we get everything except these guys? Yeah, okay. So this is okay. Standalone can't be declared. Why does it keep thinking these are standalone? We got these all. All right, so I would take this in Claude, tell it there is no standalone flag. And I keep getting these errors when running ng serve. I have no qualms about cheating outside of my AI relationship. So,
Okay.
All right. So tell it there. We've checked all the files. There is no standalone flag. Standalone flag. Yep, just like that. And then dump that. Okay, well, yeah, if it just wants to add standalone false and just force it. So standalone false, just paste in your app component TS into Claude, and it'll tell you where to put standalone false. I can't remember if it goes in the components or if it's in the imports. And then we'll do the same to the other files.
Okay.
Basically, we're going to tell it, hey, you're not standalone. Just
okay. Do what?
Okay, go to your app. Was it the app component TS? What was Claude asking for? Was the app component or the app module?
App component.
App component. Yep. Just paste your. Go to app component TS, copy it, and then we'll just paste that into Claude. Down, 2 down, 3 down. There you go. Okay, grab that guy. I think it just goes in the component section, and then we can just do the same for the other guys and be done with this. Okay, paste that in there, and Claude will tell you how to rewrite it.
Hello.
Oh, did you double Dutch it?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Oh, not upload a file. There you go.
Double Dutch it.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, it just goes in the component. Okay, cool. This is easy. Just grab that standalone false line with the comma on it. Down 2 lines. Just a single line. Yep, just up to the comma. Perfect. Control C. All right. Ask it, what files? Okay, and then just right after selector, put standalone.
All right, what do you want me to do?
Oh,
I'm
ask
here?
it. What files does this flag go in? What files does this flag go in? Or go into? I don't know. It'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So just the component TSs. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's go back to yep, into your Explorer, and then for app component, you just put it right there after selector. So just put a line after component selector, app root.
All right, hold on. App component. Shit, I need bigger.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, what's the line?
Oh, just standalone false. You already got it. You already copied it.
All right, let me make this bigger. App root.
Yep, just put it right after that line.
Hit enter.
Hit enter.
Paste.
Enter and paste. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, now go to document list.ts. Same thing. One for file upload. Down, down. File upload TS. Same thing.
Where's it at?
Oh, you're just one up on your icon. You're almost there. Component selector app file upload. Just paste it after that. You're in the right file. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You're in the right file. Go to the right.
Okay,
Select
I'm here.
app file upload, comma.
Over there.
Yeah, and then enter and paste. And final
Okay.
table display, and you're done.
And
Down,
then which
down.
one?
Table display. App table display TS. Go to the top of the file.
Here?
Oh, right there. Perfect. Enter and paste. Okay. Oh, rebuilding. I would like that better. Make that bigger. I think we've only got 2 more errors left. Nope, it didn't like them still. Hit Control C. All right, now run in. Now clear it. Clear. It should have let those guys go. Why didn't it let them go? All right, and ng serve. You have a wonderful lunch of Faro ancient grains. Hey, you're happy. All right, hold your control and click on localhost. There you go.
Hey.
All right, there you go. That's your interface. Now, we haven't implemented the functions yet, but let's just test the interface real quick. It should give us an error when we do the upload. Do a choose file, and then just choose a PDF or whatever file you want to take in.
Anything? Just it doesn't matter.
Anything. Doesn't matter.
Well,
we're not
that's actually a
processing it yet.
table. That's a
Yeah,
test
perfect.
table.
That's actually great. That's actually a phenomenal thing.
Upload
And process. All right, and again, the back server is not running yet because we haven't loaded the pieces. But this is good. We got an interface where we can no longer have to worry about that damn component error.
Okay,
All
good.
right. Jesus Christ. Okay, come to your dashboard, sir. All right, do me a favor. We can close the front end for a moment. We're gonna look at the back end. We can get all back end stuff done. Back end. All right. All right. So we haven't loaded anything up yet. Let's go to our AI and tell it, hey, we finished the front end. What do we need to do with the back end? Oh, I'm sorry. It's under functions. That's my fault. My fault. Under functions, not back end. Functions. Process results. Click on the main pie for me. Okay, good. So the code's already here. We just have to build this and deploy it. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So now go to trigger function. Okay. So go to your AI studio. We can do, I'm going to be honest with you. You can do it in either one. It looks like Claude knows your code now, but you can use AI Studio or you can use here. It's up to you.
All right. We're good. I'll just stay here for a moment.
All right. If you tell it that the front end is working, I need to deploy the functions and give it the function names. And then here are and you can also give the code if you want.
Front end is working.
I need to deploy the back end and functions. And honestly, what might be easiest here is to do this. You can download the functions and just give it the file. Well, no, we'll paste it in. Here is the trigger process / main.py. Go grab your code. Just grab all that. I'm sorry, next one. The trigger function is actually the next one.
Oh, what do you want me to do? Oh, here.
We need to tell her about both. So.
Oh, do you want me to paste both in?
Yeah, but we'll do this one first.
Okay.
All right, just so she knows what code you got running.
And paste that in.
Paste that in. All right, and then
no, let's come on.
If you can get in there. And then I would just put a new line, and I would say, and here's the code for whatever the name of that last code. Here's the code for what's the name of the code? For process results, main.py. And then you just paste that in there too. And then the whole model will know all your backend code. Ooh, I want to use Lyra. They released our new music, Lyra 2, which is our new music, text-to-music capability. Unfortunately, trying to come up with a use case for public sector is a little tough. Yeah, when it stops, tell you I have the Terraform, and then you can copy it in.
Okay.
Once it finishes, and then you'll just tell it, oh, no, here's my Terraform.
Okay, so go to the bottom. All right. All right, I don't.
It's still thinking. This is the Terraform. This is the same as this is the back end steps to get everything out there.
Okay.
I mean, did we already create these? I mean, we can run these. Well, here. Did we create all our stuff? I think we did. Here, see if you've got see if you open and minimize this a little bit, and then you can just look and see if you're at your cloud storage buckets. Make sure we got the right ones.
All right. Well, here's where I'm at. Let me close all these so you have a clean slate.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we deploy anything? Is I guess my question. I honestly can't remember from last night.
We did a lot. I have Terraform.
Yeah. So go to the main. Okay. Highlight that. Copy it. All right, and then go back to Claude. Tell it this is my main.tf.
TS?
F as in Frank. And just paste that in there. Okay, there you go. So yeah, let's just run the Terraform. It's just one should run. You have the variables.
All right,
You can copy your variable in to make sure that say, hey, I've got a variable file. I would do that. Tell it this is my variables.tf, just so it knows what you have, and you're not missing anything.
Oh, you want me to go to variables.tf?
Yeah, we're just making sure Claude knows everything you have in your code. And you go, this is my variable TF. With an S, variables.tf. And then just paste that, rock and roll. Yeah, because you got your doc processor ID, you got a bunch of stuff in there that you wanted to know. And then show it your outputs TF. It's doing the show me mine, I'll show you yours type of thing here. And then this is my outputs TF. They look pretty much the same, where it's just context in it all. Perfect. All right. And if it has no changes for you, then we can run our Terraform install. All right, perfect. Okay. Now go back to your Explorer. Go to Terminal, and we're gonna probably have to open up another session. So down below where that plus is, go to the right. Yep. Add a third terminal. So go up, 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 right there. Okay, perfect. Now we need to go into your workspace, CD space W tab. Capital W tab. D tab. T tab. Enter. Okay, let's verify Terraform. Do a Terraform space init, INIT. This is just making sure Terraform's ready to rock and roll. It is. Let's validate your Terraform. Do Terraform space plan. Missed an M. Enter that. It's going to analyze your code. Looks good. These are the changes it's going to do. Now do Terraform space apply. And rock and roll. Here it goes. Pushing it up to cloud. All right. Hit yet. Type yes. YES. Creating buckets. Now, you might run into an error here if when it creates the service account, we'll just make sure if you have the rights. Oh, nope. It was a access not configured. Hold on. Roll up a little bit. Let me make sure that's warning, not an error. Keep going. Yep, error. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, you're going to have to enable it by visiting. Count. Okay, keep going up. Hold on. Before we go to the logs, just keep going up. It's just having problems enabling the APIs. You might not have the role to enable APIs. Yeah, this is trying to enable all the APIs. All right, keep going. It's probably every API. We'll just make sure you can have to add to your account a rights. Just keep going. I want to make sure that there's no other errors besides the API enablement. Okay. All right, good. No, that's good. There's the events. There's the cloud storage. The only thing you don't have rights for right now is creating the API. So you see that Cloud Resource Manager API as an example. We need to give you rights for that. Are you on? What project are you on? Are you on a DMV or a separate project?
Separate.
Is it DIR managed or are you managed?
Me managed.
Perfect. Okay, good. I don't want to fucking deal with DIR. All right. All right. So that's easy enough. So minimize this a little bit. All right. We're just going to add IAM roles. You can even tell Claude, hey, I don't have rights to, or you can copy one of his messages. What role do I need to add for APIs? We'll probably give you a G-Cloud statement to do it for you. Or we can just navigate ourselves to IAM and just do it manually. So just grab one of the errors is what I would do. Yeah, and then tell I need to add rights to my account. Here's the error. What role do I need to add? Or give me the G-Cloud for it. To add rights to create API, whatever. Yeah, need to add rights to my user ID. Give me the G-Cloud or give me the script. And then paste the error.
So basically, just go through each one of these and do that.
Yeah. Well, these are all the same error because you have a list of APIs that you're trying to add in, and it tried every one. It went nope, nope, nope.
Okay.
Okay. Good. There we go. So first, enable. There it is. The role right there. Yeah. You just need that first one.
Okay. What do I do?
Up one. Just the APIs. Right there. That guy. Copy that guy. Whole thing. No, you can do the whole thing if you want.
Okay.
It does everything for you.
And then what?
And then just paste that in your terminal. You're good to go.
Oh, I got to do some sort of paste.
There you go. Run. Nope, still didn't like it. Okay. All right, well, just try the first line. Let's make sure that we're getting this correct here. Okay, so just grab the first one. Oh yeah, your thing moved. Okay, so just do the G-Cloud services enable. That first enable the IAM API. Oh, that's only enabling that single API. That's what's going on. Okay, copy that. See if it gives you an error with that. Just that. I see what it was doing. Okay. Okay. All right. I see what's going on. All right. So we need to grab that second piece right there. Go down. You see that one where it's user email?
Mm-hmm.
Just copy that and roll that through. You're just granting yourself the owner role. Okay. Grab the first line. Okay. Good. Grab the second line. Down to the service account. Yep. There you go. Perfect. Run that. Okay, good. And then last line. Basically, you just gave yourself, all the hammers and saws. Okay, now do Terraform apply. Oh, what the hell? Okay, grab all those and throw those in the Claude. So just grab all the errors, and then we'll say, what the fuck? Just grab them all, so that way it knows that, hey, we're running to this.
Right, let me go to the
top of it. Yep. Because there's like 10 APIs. That's why you're seeing all these errors. Each one of these is a single API set. Okay, there you go. Stop. Go down, down, down. Go like to the Terraform apply, and then just grab it from there. Right there. Perfect. Just grab them all, stick them in there. And then it knows our context, so it'll know what you're trying to do. All right, run that bad boy.
Come on.
Oh, there you go. All right, well, you just did that. All right, copy that first one. And I mean, that's the full owner role. That owns everything in here. So get that guy. That's what we basically just did, though. Okay, then get the rest of it.
Where the hell
Your
did it
second
go?
monitor, your second session keeps jumping all over the place.
Yeah, it does.
Paste that, run that. All right, go down a little bit. Let's make sure it doesn't have anything else it wants you to do. Okay, just Terraform apply.
So I do this.
Yeah, you already did that. It said you can do it again, but you already did it. It knows you already did it. Well, that was quick. Why did it do so quickly? Just tell it same errors. Okay, there you go. Just do it by hand. That's one way to do it. All right, there you go. There's all your APIs. Just run it by hand. Copy the whole thing and dump it in there. Yeah, just let it run. Don't even worry about it for Terraform. Okay, just hit enter.
What about all this crap at the bottom?
Oh, it's just those are just echoes. Those are just things to tell us where we are. Waiting 30 seconds. There he goes. All right, give that a minute. What does the rest of it say? Just we'll see what its secondary plan is for us. Okay. Well, we're just waiting for this guy. We got to wait a few minutes for this guy anyway.
Okay.
This is just going through, turn on the APIs for all these pieces.
Okay.
And then the Terraform apply itself will actually deploy out your code once it's finished with these APIs.
Okay. So in a nutshell, if you're explaining it to a child, which is what you're doing, what are we doing at this point? Because I played with the Terraform thing before. It's creating the ability for this to talk to
Google Cloud.
Google Cloud on the back end to create whatever it needs to create once we get there.
Exactly. Well, so for example, when we hit that Terraform apply, what we're actually doing is running the main.tf. So if you click on main.tf, I'll walk you through what it does while this is going on in the back end. And then minimize that a bit. So this Terraform is going out. So that first step is what we're having to do manually. So it knows to go to the GCP project and region from our variable file. So we put that in the variables. That's where we got the BMI takeoff project. Then the problem we were running into was enabling all these APIs, which it's doing right now.
Okay.
Next thing, it already did this. It created the storage buckets. And now a couple of these things, that CORS is a cross-organizational security thing. Google by default will not let you access a bucket if you're coming from a different domain. So it has to open it up, which is what it does there. Then the Firestore database is just going to create where we're going to dump the tables at. And then it's going to create that service account to run all these things with. Now,
Okay.
after it's done creating the service account, it'll go through, add the roles for the service account, and then keep on trucking. And then that's a function just to push everything, get ready to go. Now, step 6 is it takes all the various code in the functions, zips them up, and pushes them out to a bucket to be used to deploy out Cloud Run functions. All right, those are the buckets that's going to go to. There's the actual deploy of the cloud function, and this is a script to push out a serverless function into the cloud. This is the configuration for that instant. Tells it how much memory to use, how many instances it can deploy out, and how long it should wait before saying, up, you failed. This is the event trigger. This is what I was talking with Giles about, what's with whether to use a pub sub or an event trigger. More modern, legacy apps tend to use pub subs. Everyone's trying to move to event triggers, especially with hyperscalers, because that means you can grab any resource from anywhere. Whereas with the pub sub, you're dependent upon the queuing resource. That's a little more of a single point of failure. The problem with events is there's a little more complexity on the implementation because they are a little less home. They don't have as much of a home. Then going down, that's the setting up the event to process the. That's your next line of code. One thing I want you to note: this is by default using Python 3.1.1, which is kind of considered more stable. 3.1.2 is out there if you want to try it, but just be aware that sometimes when you push out a cloud function, that's what's defining the code that it's running on. Okay, and then again, service account, this saying the process results can spawn 10 different servers. Here's the event trigger for it, that when something appears in that bucket, it will fire off and start processing. All right, you're ready to go. Hit yes. And that was Terraform in 2 minutes.
Very good. Now we'll take we'll take the transcript, throw it into an AI, and then say, "What the hell did he say?"
I'm telling you. The amount of podcasts and online sessions Jack has me do, someday an AI is probably going to be able to recreate me pretty damn well.
Well, I will say one thing. I'm trying to do this, and I wish they would have. I wish AT&T and Genesis would have had you involved a long time ago, because I'm having issues with this chat bot that they built out. Genesis did, and then I gave them a plan in April what to do and how to do it, and they didn't do any of it. And so now it's just a disaster, and we have 3 days to make it work.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway.
All right. This is a different error. So this is a service account error. Just go up a little bit. Should be pretty easy to take care of. Service disabled. Well, no, it's the same. Okay, good. Only one error left. Aha, that's a good sign. All right. So grab that error, and there's not much left of it. So I think it's only one, right? And it looks like the Firestore database is what I'm thinking. Okay, copy that, paste that in there. I think it said just tell us, hey, your Firestore, just create the Firestore manually. Just paste that in there. But tell it I only got one error. Hey, these things can do sentiment analysis. I wouldn't laugh too hard.
Is that something that the legislature saying we can't use? That's something I read in the legislature, that you can't use this if you're a state agency.
All right. So just gave us this. The IAM API is the one that's okay. All right. Enable that. Yeah, run that guy. Okay. All right, check if it's enabled. It's the second line. And sometimes you got to give this like 30 to 60 seconds to kind of propagate, but let's see if it picks it up. Yeah, you're happy. All right. Okay. Well, here, copy that in there just so it knows that this is
Copy
enabled.
what? This?
Oh, the response, the grep IM, the last 4 lines of your terminal. Yeah, grab that from like there. It's fine. Dump that in the cloud. It's just so it knows it's happy. Okay. All right, we'll do that. Do Terraform refresh, Terraform reply.
What? Wrong thing.
And boys, I apologize. I have to eat because I've got like 15 minutes before my next meeting. So, all right.
You're good.
Refresh this and applies. I want to see this take off before I just dump it on you, though. I got you into this hole, and God darn it, I got to get a shovel to help you out. All right. Terraform apply. Did it refresh? I didn't see it refresh. All right. Well. Yep.
Do you ever have to go into the office, Andy?
I've been, yeah, I'm supposed to go in twice a week, but I've been lazy this week.
No, I was just wondering.
Yeah. Well, and then, with holidays, it's like I probably won't be back in the office till we move offices. All right, good. All right, so no, this is all right. This is all right because we're coming in document AI users. These different errors. Okay, so grab it all the way for that Google Project IM member. So right above it, you about 5 lines above. See that Google Project IM member, IM roles, data store user? All right, yeah, oh, that's fine. Just grab all that. Yeah, pop it in there. This is a different error. It's an IAM role. And they can see that we're making IAM roles. This one is just not catching up.
Well, let's figure when you're up there at the office one day, we can come up and have lunch.
Oh.
Y'all have such a great lunch up there.
Well, technically I work in East Austin, but we're closing that office down end of August. We're moving across the street from where you had lunch with Jack at.
Oh yeah. All
Yep.
right.
Okay. So this one is just changing document AI API user. Okay. Okay. So go to your main.tf. All right, and then go up, do Control F and find document AI. You're trying to find the role definition. And document AI, keep going down. You need to be in the users. This is the API. No, here, use the up down arrow on the finder. Yep, there you go. There it is right there. See that roles document AI user? Change it to document AI dot lowercase API uppercase user. Uppercase U. Yep, there you go. Tab. Done.
Okay, that's it.
All right, go back to your terminal and run.
All right, what do I run?
Terraform apply. You also can hit your up arrow and it's in the history.
Okay.
Yep, hit yes. Come on, create that user. There we go. Now it's uploading the functions. You want to see something cool? Go to another tab that has Google Cloud Console in it,
Okay.
and then open Google Cloud. Oh, God damn it! Another friggin' error. Shit. All right. What's this one? Doc error result. Process results. Okay. Go up. It might just take a minute. We have to just run this again. All right. Using events. If you restart a use event, Arc may take a few minutes for the necessary events are in place. But we've had to give it a few minutes. Do me a favor, grab that error, just throw it in there just to be sure. This might be just a propagation delay, is all it is. But just dump that in the cloud right there. We have progress. Run that. Okay, event arc needs the service agent fixed. Okay, just copy the whole darn thing. All right, and then just copy it and then dump it. Right into the, there you go, right there. This is just adding all the various backend rights to the service agent. This is so it can get to pub subs, can get to events, can do whatever it needs to do in the back.
Okay. Whose kids are screaming?
Not mine.
Mine. Sorry.
Mine are in camps. They turn 3 years old. We kick them out of the house.
I wish.
How old are your guys?
2 and 3.
Yeah, we just got out of that. We're 6, 4, and 3.
Oh, you got 3 of them.
Yep.
Boys, girls.
All boys.
All boys.
My wife said I'm not having any more kids because I'll just keep having boys. It's like, all right, well, I get it. Yes. So what that's doing, it was explicitly creating the event account stuff because these functions need events behind them in order to, so that when you dump a file, the Doc AI is an on-demand service, but it's so long that it has to be done asynchronously. Otherwise, it would just kill whatever processing power you had out there. Which is one of the reasons why I want to do this way with you, Joe, with Document AI, because if you don't build these asynchronously, Doc AI interfaces just are twitchy. So you want to make it as solid as you can.
Okay.
This is good. It's actually working on uploading the build. What I was going to show you, if you go to like your bucket, so go to the tab just to the left of your current one.
Here?
Yep. Is that in the same project? Or is this documentation? Okay, go switch to this project. Now in the search, put cloud build.
Hold on. I don't know where you're seeing search.
Oh, the search.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Type in cloud build. And then click on that. And then on your history, this is actually the deploying your cloud functions up. So it's all done now. But if you want to see, especially if you run into an error when building, if you click on this, you'll have a full log of what's being done in the back end with the deployment of the Python script, everything else. So click on it. They get rid of the tutorial. Yeah. And then that log right there, you have the whole darn thing.
Oh, okay.
So that way you can kind of see that if you go down, download complete, if you run into an error when you're deploying code, this is where that error will be.
Okay.
All right, go back to your dashboard. Well, you little, hold on, see what we got here. Okay. All right, grab those. All right, grab it. Grab it up. Do me a favor. Grab it from the still creating because it needs to kind of know what's going on. So go down, 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 down. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Where it says like that 140, see that function? Yeah, that's still creating. Grab it from there down. I want to give it context. No, this is what it was doing when this popped in. And really, what we're going through is just making sure it's just access errors. Now, at the end of this, what I usually like to do is please update all my Terraform scripts with all the troubleshooting we went through so that you have it captured. It's usually a good idea. Okay, go ahead and copy that and paste that in there. Well, there you go. I thought it added pub sub to that role, though. That was confusing me. It's sleeping for 30 seconds so that I can have time to get out there. Now, when you're a Terraform script, when you type in the yes, then you can go to the build details and watch it interactively if you want.
Oh, okay.
It's just going to be a lot of libraries loading and a lot of functions deploying. Nothing exciting. Now, Terraform also has hit yes. Terraform has the ability as well that for things it already has, it'll try and just skip over them sometimes. Sometimes you have to do things to refresh it, something called taint. You'll do Terraform taint, which tells it that this particular function, for example, is not reliable or corrupt in some way, and then just right over that. And then keep going.
Okay.
Now, this is going to take about a minute to go. While we're waiting, see if I can log into the Teams from this side. All right, continue with that audio or video. Andrew on my Mac. Here, let me in there. And let me share this real quick. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Kind of give you an idea of what's coming down the pike. Just do the entire window. Well, hold on. Won't let me share. I want. Oop. Oop.
You want me to stop sharing?
No, I was gonna try and pull up mine, but I wasn't in the proper place, so I'm resharing mine here in a second. And to give you a little hint of what's coming tomorrow.
Okay. It said
Oh,
apply complete resources, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, so to show you that I did a whole rebuild where now we'll be able to put in multiple types of documents and then handle them as not just legal documents, but also as other types of prompts. Oh, this is not connecting right now. All right, well, never mind. We'll just do that later. We'll do that tomorrow. God damn it. I wasn't with the demo right now. I should be working on this. All right. Okay. Go ahead and reshare again. All right. So now we should just do an ng serve. Oh, we need to be in our front end first. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. Okay. So go back to your ng. So you see on the right side, you have your terminals. You have your node, your ng, and your bash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would restart ng and node. So go ahead and hit Control C on that guy. Okay. And then just hit your up arrow. Your ng serve is already in there.
Up arrow. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Hit enter. Then go to your node. I would do the same thing. Control C.
Control C. Yep.
and then up arrow.
And Node server JS.
Yep, that's a 1.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now go to your DocuTable front end, the tab to the right. Up,
Okay.
up, all the way up. Tab. Chrome tab. Up top. Very top.
God damn it. Hold on. Where am I
All the way
at?
up. Go to the top of your screen. Get off your code.
Let me get out of here.
All right. Up further. Keep going up. All the way up. Giles, you want to talk to him?
Okay, where your dashboard is highlighted on the top on your tabs.
Hold on. We got to stop. This is where I'm at. Where do I go?
Okay, go up. Go to where you would type in like google.com.
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Now go to your right. 1 tab right.
Document. Yeah.
Hey, we made it. All right, refresh.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
All right, choose a file. Any file will do you. Open that. And upload and process. All right, that's fine. So now I'm going to teach you where a few other places to look. So go to your 3 dots in your upper right-hand corner of the Google Chrome. Yep, go there. Go down to more tools, all the way down. Developers tools. All right, now I would switch this over to network or console. Let's try console first. Okay, console's good. Now, fun thing to do. Take a screenshot.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Welcome to development hell. I would only do up to that. So what you have, I can already tell you what's going to tell you. You see that CORS policy, CRS policy? You're going to have to, so that's pretty common when dealing with Google's buckets. You're trying to access a bucket from an account that's not in the same domain, but that's expected. So what we're going to do is it's going to give you what's called a CORS policy JSON, and we're going to apply that to your bucket. So just take that screenshot, drop it into Claude, and then just don't even give it a thing, just run it. And what it's going to have you do is create what's called it's going to give you a proxy configuration in the CORS, like CORS-workstation.json. It didn't get okay, keep going down. It didn't read it the way I wanted it to read it. Come on, go down.
That's it.
Okay, I read the wrong part. Just take a screenshot of just the console. See, you should have used Gemini. we're more multimodal than Claude is.
Well, we can switch to that, but okay,
it's fine. Claude's kind of got a lot. It understand. That's the thing is, once you kind of commit to one, you got to kind of stay there because it knows and got the context.
Well, what I have done is have it make summaries of where we are and then commit this over somewhere else. Come on.
Yeah, that's actually a good habit to get into. I need to do that right now with mine, actually, come to think of it.
All right. What are you doing?
Does it not like it?
No, it's let me just push it. It's not pushing.
Okay, tell it that I've got a CORS error. I have a CORS error.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay. Well, it does not want to read multimodal, does it?
All right.
All right, just hop over to AI Studio. Just say, yeah, I have a CORS error on. We need to tell it what our. Go over to AI Studio.
What? How do you say it? It's CORS?
I have a CORS error. Attempting, and then paste it. then I would give it the bucket names you have before you send it. So go back to build details on your tabs in your Chrome. Go back over one more. Then I would go back to cloud storage in the search. Okay, then go to buckets, the easiest thing. Or that too. No, that's fine. It's just one level up. Okay, click on the buckets. All right, and then I would just grab the text for the top 4 buckets. So just grab the text. Just drag and select.
I'm not following.
Like just, oh,
that?
No, that's not quite what I wanted you to do. You should be able to copy the text for the top. Copy the text. So you should be able to like select it. All right. Just screenshot it. Just take a screenshot. Nope, you went into it. Okay, back up. Screenshot.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah.
Well,
it's not selected. They almost did it.
Yeah, it's
I don't know why it's not selected for you. Just screenshot this. It's multimodal. Makes it easy. All we're doing really is just giving it the name of the buckets it's working with, so it can give us a script. Okay, paste that in there. Boop. All right, then run that. All right, here we go. Install the course package. This is what we want. I did not realize Cloud was that bad at multimodal. I'll have to follow up on that.
Clearly it is.
Yeah. Well, because I use screenshots all the time because they're just the log messages are all over the place and it has no problem with them. All right, go back to your dashboard. And then terminal, then I would go to your bash terminal, the third one. Okay, and then follow the instructions. Oh, wait, hold on. Make sure you go in the right place. Oh, CD, yeah, it just doesn't know where you are. Do a CD space /
CD space
dot. No, not comma. There you go. Dot slash backend. B. So within then do tab B tab. So within Linux, you can actually move between multiple directories by going up and down again. A little different than Windows. And then do npm space install space cores. Install cores. Rock and roll. All right, now, so we're going to change a few things. You need to change modification for your Node.js backend. This is your server.js file.
Okay, god damn it.
Doc table, backend, server.js. All right. Okay. Go to the top. We're going to add lines. We're not going to do the whole copy. I don't want to, this works great. I don't want to muck with it. You can get rid of your find file, by the way, if you want to get rid of that, just the cruft. Okay, up top. Almost there. Okay. All right, cores is in there. Cores, required cores, just making sure. Let's see. Const process express, const project. Okay, so all right, so what it's going to do, there's easier ways to do this. I wonder why it's doing it this way. So the 2 lines below the 8800, if you look over on the right side, it says const project ID equals, in the right side, in the AI. Okay. Actually, you know what? This lost context of what you're doing. Grab your server.js, the whole thing, copy it, and then go over to Ask Gemini to say, this is my server.js. JS. Yep. This, okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, go down. That's what I thought it was gonna do. All right, where? Okay, hold on a second. Find that line. Find apps.use cores.
Oh, wrong one.
Control F. Yeah, Control F. App.use. And there it is right there. Line 21.
Okay.
Okay, now go roll down a little bit on your AI. All right. Oh, that did a whole bunch of stuff to it. Okay, so this is what Gemini does, which drives me batty because I would prefer it to give me the whole file so I can just copy and dump. All right, so if you read the code, go up in your code a little bit. It says right there, see how API endpoints, rest of it stays the same. Roll down a little bit. Okay, API post. All right, post. All right, good. All right, so it's the whole file. All right, so just copy the whole darn thing and dump it in there. Copy that code, overwrite, and paste. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go down. Let's make sure there's any more code changes, and then we're going to have to restart the Node.js. So let's just verify we don't have any other code changes. Key changes, yada, yada, yada. After applying these changes, remember to save. Yes, we did that. Restart. Okay. Okay, now come back to your terminals. Go to your node. Stop and start it. Control C, and then just hit up arrow. And then up arrow. And run. Okay, go to NG. Restart our Angular front end. Control C and run. Just refreshing things. And hit up arrow, and the ng serve will be there. Run. I would close your doc table front end tab on the top of Chrome, just so it's fresh. Close that. All right. Now hit Control on the HTTP localhost at the bottom. Hit Control, click. Okay. Choose a file. Test file. Hit OK. Open it. Upload. Still a CORS error. All right, we can verify that if you go to the three dots in the corner. Okay, more tools. Filter tools. Okay, tell it's still getting a CORS error. Yeah, we don't even. Yeah, you can do it that way too, but it's the same as we saw before. But yeah, you can copy and do that. Oh, you know what? Where's my CORS? Hold on. Well, let me pull up my chat history. I actually have a chat about that. Okay. Even after explicit, try simpler, more permissive core instruction. All right. What's it trying to have you do?
I'm just going to have it write the whole code.
Yep. Well, don't do the whole code because you see what it's done is it's only done the portion that we're going to replace, which is the app use cores function. So you just want to grab, yeah, you just want to grab where it says temporary. See the dot temporary or slash temporary.
Yeah.
Down. Yeah. Just grab that to the end of the function, which is down 6 lines. right there. Perfect.
Copy.
All right. Yep, copy that, and we're just going to destroy the app use cores function, the one that's all got all types of junk in it. Let's see, that's the app get. You can always search for it too if you
Oh, that's right.
yeah, just do Control F and app.use. Use, and then I would do a paren course. Use SE,
Mm-hmm.
and then paren.
How do you paren? P.
Oh, parentheses.
Like a parenthesis, like
Oh.
just the symbol.
And then COR. There it is. Okay. This is the refined option. You're just replacing that with that temp code, the whole line. Line 47 replace.
Just the whole thing. So copy this.
Yep.
From temp code down.
Yep. And just replace line 47 completely.
So.
All right, like so. All right, go to your terminals and restart your node and your back end and front end.
Node. Damn it.
Control C the node. Run that. And then I would reshuffle that guy just so it's nice and fresh. Control C and then restart it. And then just up arrow. Okay, and you can either refresh if you trust your browser, or you can open a fresh one. All right, and if you let's do this as well before you choose the file. Cancel this for a second. Let's open the developers as we do this. So do your three dots, and then go to More Tools and Developer Tools. All right, let's see. Can we clear this? Oh, you know why? The process documents is trying to load. That's what's going on there. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and choose a file, but we're still having the block. So that's okay. Yeah, to open that, it's not going to work, but it's now if you upload and process, I realize why we got that first set of errors. Go ahead and hit upload and process. There we go. Because that first set is the process documents trying to work. Okay. No access control, allow header. All right, hold on. You know what? Hold on. I have a solution to this that I built on my own. All right. How do I solve my CORS access issues? Come on. We'll let that think for a second. There is a script that I have used before that solves this. I don't know why the AI ain't recommending it.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I have to go to another meeting right now.
Okay. Oh, no worries. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to send you guys some things on how to fix this CORS piece. There's actually a script you can run against the bucket that will allow access control allow origin. And I don't know why it's not letting us do that. But we'll follow up with that. All right, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. I need to eat something. Woo. there. Any salary or anything, or you can just do that? Okay. No worries. Sorry, I watched on my law updates on well, just about to see Sorry, please, or That's just why I asked. $50 more this month, but I wasn't sure if that was just rates or summer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it didn't feel like. You want the fun? Here. They got program. Get racks for your something at some point. So Jack got fruit loose this morning. He was very happy about it.
I think it's just, I know, I think I need that more on that, I said, like, one kid, like.
You want to go? Yeah. Yes, Steve.
It's what the thing, it will be.
Yeah. I don't think so. I want to.
No, it's a-
Okay. Yeah, I stopped to eat. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's- Are you coming or staying? You don't have anything in here. You're not coming out again. There you go. Okay. Okay. What's going on? What is this? All right. Okay. That gets in there. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's not doing. Okay. Bop, bop. Okay. That's what I was doing. Okay. Step one. Remove. Oh. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Hey, Google, set alarm 3:20 p.m. Hey, Google, set alarm 3:20 p.m.
It looks like there's already an alarm
if she
set for
wasn't
them.
awarded a producer credit. But the complaint never says which provision of her contract liably threatened to breach. Was she obligated to promote the film with him, or attend a premiere with him, or approve the marketing materials with him, or even show up for work and finish shooting? If so, he didn't bother to say so in a complaint. In fact, he says that she refused to sign any contract at all. So if you point to a provision of the potentially non-existent employment contract that was violated, you're going to have a hard time recovering for breach of that contract, much less for extortionate threats to breach a contract which may or may not even exist. Quote, there is no basis to assume that the value she conveyed in terms of her willingness to promote represented anything other than a fair trade for the wayfarer party's willingness to use her cut. Moreover, an employment contract cannot bind an employee to work no matter what circumstances, because that was slavery, and we don't have that anymore thanks to the 13th Amendment. If Lively found the conditions of her employment abusive, she was entitled to renegotiate them. As Judge Lyman said, even if they turn out to be unneeded, an employee can insist on protections at workplace for sexual harassment without being accused of extortion. And the defamation claims are, if anything, even weaker. First of all, everyone here, with the possible exception of the PR flags, is a public figure. And to prove defamation of a public figure, you have to meet what's known as the actual malice standard. That is, you have to prove that the person who defamed you spoke with actual knowledge that the statement was false or with reckless disregard for the truth. And you can't establish that in what's known as conclusory fashion. That is, Baldoni can't say it didn't happen and she knows it didn't happen, so actual malice. Particularly because here, the parties more or less agree on what happened on set. He just says his behavior was appropriate and she says it wasn't. So his claim fails, and it fails across the board, right? Because if Ryan Reynolds believed his wife, then it wasn't defamatory for him to tell William Morris that Baldoni was a predator because there's no actual malice there. And by the way, the actual malice standard comes from a 1964 Supreme Court case called New York Times v. Sullivan, because those guys have been in the First Amendment game for a long time, which is why they knew enough to make sure that everything they said here was covered by the fair report privilege. And so Baldoni's case against the Times got picked as well. Now, the majority of Baldoni's claims were dismissed with prejudice. That is, they're so totally not law that really will not help. But Judge Lyman did leave them space to amend a couple of his claims. Specifically, count 4 alleged that Lively breached her implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing. That got dismissed in part because, again, Baldoni never showed that there was a contract. And count 5.
All right, working again.
Appeared with Baldoni's contract with his agents at William Morris. That contract did not appear in the record either. So the court said essentially, come back with actual contracts if you've got them and see if you can turn this into real law. But for the most part, Baldoni's lawsuit is deader than disco. Well, maybe that's not a great analogy since disco could come back around. But that doesn't mean we're done here. Because there are a whole bunch of federal rules of civil procedure. And right now, the one that Baldoni and his lawyers should be worried about is number 11. Rule 11 says that every pleading with the court must be signed by a lawyer, and that lawyer's signature will be treated as a guarantee that the filing is not being presented for any improper purpose, such as to harass or cause unnecessary delay or needlessly increase the cost of litigation, and is warranted by existing law and supported by facts and evidence. There has been a lot of chatter on social media that the real purpose of this lawsuit was to get Baldoni's story out, and so even if he loses, it's really a win. And I am here to tell you that is not what the legal system is for. It is not appropriate for a lawyer to file a case that is unmoored from the law and has no chance of success.
All right.
Which is why Lively's lawyers filed for sanctions against Baldoni's counsel under Rule 11. Now, Rule 11 sanctions are a serious matter. It is a very black mark on a lawyer's record and can result in a monetary fine, which is why if you want to move for Rule 11 sanctions, you have to tell your opponent which part of their pleading is defective and give them 21 days to fix or withdraw it, which Lively and Reynolds did on April 22nd. They picked out some of the more preposterous allegations and sent a series of letters saying, withdraw these or we're going to move for sanctions against you. So, for instance, all of the Wayfarer parties claim to be damaged because Reynolds interfered in Baldoni's contract with William Morris by calling him a sexual predator. But Sarowitz isn't a party to Baldoni's contract with his agent, and there's no allegation that Reynolds ever met or said a single word about Sarowitz. So that claim fails on its face. And because Baldoni's complaint was so imprecisely drafted, there are like a dozen examples just like that. So Reynolds' lawyer sent a letter saying, we intend to seek monetary sanctions against you, your law firms, and Sarowitz for the cost and attorney's fees incurred in responding to these frivolous claims and preparing these Rule 11 materials. And they promised to file a sanctions motion if those claims weren't withdrawn in 21 days. Similar letters went out to Heath, Nathan, Abel, and It Ends With Us Movie LLC. But the Wayfarer parties did not withdraw or amend. Instead, they sent a letter on the 21st day saying that it was inappropriate to file a Rule 11 motion when a motion to dismiss under Rule 12b6 was still pending. They said, if the court grants your motion to dismiss, we will amend our complaint and clean up any, quote, imagined Rule 11 issue. If the court denies your motions to dismiss, any Rule 11 motion by your clients will be rendered frivolous. That's just not the law at all. And so Lively and Baldoni's lawyers had a good laugh, I assume, and then they filed their sanctions motion. And I just want to point out that every single one of those claims Baldoni's lawyers refused to withdraw back in May just got dismissed. So they're no better off for having left those garbage pleadings on the docket. And if they get sanctioned for it, they're a whole lot worse off. And I can't speak to what the court is going to do here, but I will point out that Judge Lyman has twice struck Baldoni's filings from the docket because he said they were filed for an improper purpose. Specifically, he said that the sole purpose of these filings was to promote public scandal by advancing inflammatory accusations against Lively and her counsel. It transparently invites a press uproar by suggesting that Lively and her counsel attempted to extort a well-known celebrity. retaining the letter on the docket would be of no use to the court and would allow the court's docket to serve as a reservoir of libelous statements for press consumption. And that brings us to the elephant in the room. Well, I mean, she's obviously not an elephant. She's a world famous pop star. Let's talk about Taylor Swift. Swift and Lively are or were friends. I don't know the status of their friendship. It is not my business, and it's not relevant. The court recently ordered Lively to turn over texts with Swift that are relevant to the dispute about the movie, despite Lively's protest that Baldoni's legal team were likely to leak them to the press or misquote them on the docket in an attempt to embarrass her, which is a risk when was filing a lawsuit. But the letters that were stricken from the docket imply without proof that Lively's lawyer, Michael Gottlieb, was blackmailing Swift and threatening that if the singer didn't release a statement of support, Lively would publish all of their text messages. It would strongly appear that the purpose of these letters was to generate media coverage, not to get the court to do anything. But the fact that the court struck them from the docket, in fact, struck the second letter without Lively asking him to do it, is not a great sign for Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman. And note, the last line of this order says, counsel is advised that future misuse of the court's docket may be met with sanctions. That is a very ominous omen, as is the invitation for the Lively parties to renew their motion for legal fees so they can recoup what they paid to defend against this troll suit. That should make the hairs of Justin Baldoni's man bun stand on end. And look, I take no position on the viability of Lively's claims against Baldoni. None of her allegations have been tested in court yet, since Baldoni declined to file his own motion to dismiss. His lawyer, Brian Friedman, told Deadline that this was a master stroke of legal strategy. He said, "We are not interested in providing them with a chance to learn just how poorly their legal theory has been drafted and a roadmap on how to correct it. Ryan and Blake are going to have to dance with the one that brought them here, and if they expect us to help educate them on how to do this properly, then they are going to the hardware store for milk." That's... Look, I am running out of synonyms for nonsense here. You always file a motion to dismiss, particularly when there's a ton of different allegations in the complaint. If only because maybe you'll knock out a couple of them. And the suggestion that Lively's lawyers are too stupid to plead properly that's just silly. Sussman Godfrey is the firm that represented Dominion Voting Systems in his defamation suit against Fox News, the one that settled for $787 million. Lively's lawyers represented the Atlanta poll workers who got a $150 million defamation judgment against Rudy Giuliani. Like, these guys know how to draft a defamation suit. I mean, TLDR, but if a lawyer tells you he's discovered one weird trick to law good and he's going to reveal it soon, just you wait. No, he has not. Because no matter what happens now, Baldoni can't win this case in court. He can only not lose, which may be a publicity victory, but considering the downside risk is hundreds of millions of dollars in damages, well, I don't think I'd be popping that champagne just yet.
Thanks, Liz, for covering that lawsuit so I didn't have to, because the Baldoni versus Lively legal saga has been extremely polarizing along the lines of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. So it's more important than ever to get accurate legal analysis on stuff like this. And if you want to support this channel and its mission to demystify the legal miasma that we find ourselves in, one way to do that is by signing for our own homegrown streaming platform and sponsor, Nebula. You can watch all of our videos on Nebula ad-free and early because our videos always go up on Nebula first. Plus, every video that we upload,
I think they genuinely believe that they are tribunes for the unspoken truth, which is that everyone is as bigoted and hateful and small as they are. It's just fucking wrong. Hey, everybody, I'm here with John. Hi there. We are going to cover the New York mayor's race. What happened in New York, why Mamdani was able to defeat former Governor Andrew Cuomo, what people are saying in the aftermath, and the unhinged right-wing reaction. Let's start with this.
We have just begun our walk through the entirety of Manhattan. We're in Inwood Hill Park at the tip top. We're outside because New Yorkers deserve a mayor that they can see, they can hear, they can even yell at them.
to everyone who pulls me aside to whisper with the best intentions, you have already won. I am sorry, but the days of moral victories are over. Because this is a campaign that is going to win on June 24th.
And he did.
And he did it. And he did it.
And you know why?
Why?
Because he walked a lot.
He did.
That's it. It's the walking and the videos. And that's it.
I will say, we joke a lot about wanting candidates who can draw a clock, and I agree that that's important. They should be able to draw a clock. We set our bar too low. I would like candidates that can traverse the places they're looking to lead.
That is very important.
Or at least and just to get ahead of any claims. I'd say just to want to. right? By whatever means of conveyance, to talk to the people that represent it, right? You don't need to be able to walk, but it would be nice. Got to dodge, dodge and able is in charge. Get out of that. But let that there was this feeling in the days leading up to it. Like if you watch the debate between Cuomo, Mamdani, and all the rest, like there was such a disdain in Cuomo's voice. Like he didn't like this job was beneath him. That he was like doing everybody a favor by jumping in the race.
Also, what an attitude to have at a time when people are not very happy with the Democratic Party, especially the Democratic establishment. The current mayor of New York, Democrat, has about a 20% approval rating. And you were sort of driven out of politics because you're green. And so you don't think you have to fight for the job? Yeah. I mean, I just never, like, what a fucking wild thing Andrew Cuomo decided to do.
And I think because he felt fooled by the polls and the polls were, we don't know how wrong they were versus how much they didn't capture some late momentum. But regardless, he was cocky. And he was counting on a bunch of money and endorsements to carry him over the finish line. It just didn't matter. It didn't work.
And, you know, we're talking about why Clinton won, which no one knows for sure. And just like every other campaign and race in America, there's multiple factors.
Yeah.
Andrew Cuomo is certainly one of them. I would say that Zoran's focus on cost of living, affordability, I think his slogan was like for New York forward. And not just his focus on it, it's like his relentless focus on it. We talk a lot about, I mean, we have been banging about like, you know, Democrats should focus on the economy, cost of living. We've talked about this with Biden. We talked about this with Kamala. We've been talking about this forever. And we've also talked about how a big challenge of doing that is the campaign, the opposing candidate, the media environment, everything else pulls you in all these other directions. So you have to respond to this. And that they made the entire race.
All right. I just. Hmm. Okay, god damn it.